Shalom, everybody. This is Yuda. The word of our Creator is fierce and non-apologetic. I had a couple of people write in complaining about the way I dealt with that situation. So I decided, let me put a lesson together to help you see why I do what I do and why I do it the way I do it. I am not a babysitter. So let's get that straight right from jump. I don't intend to offend anybody, but I'm going to tell the truth. It doesn't matter to me if you like it or not. So let's get with this. The Torah prophets were unapologetic, concerned with obedience, not feelings. Their mission was covenant enforcement, not emotional comfort. I'm not here to comfort you. I'm here to warn you. Torah prophets were guardians of covenant, not therapists. From Moses to Samuel, Elijah to Isaiah, the prophets operated as covenant prosecutors. Y'all know what a prosecutor is. My role was to expose transgression, call to repentance, announce judgment or restoration based on obedience. I offered SRD 5 or 6 opportunities, even to talk in private. She refused all of them. I said, well, then come on the live and speak your piece. I was willing to shut my mouth and let her say whatever she had to say. But what did she do? She came on and instantly started mocking me. So guess what I did? I went back to my job. My job is not to make you feel good. My job is to tell you the truth. Expose transgression, call for repentance, announce judgment, restoration based on obedience. The prophets, they didn't soften the message to preserve people's feelings. In fact, they often provoked discomfort to awaken the people from their rebellion. Let's look at some of the Torah early prophets. Moses, in Exodus and Deuteronomy, rebuked Israel repeatedly. He said, you have been rebellious against Yah from the day I knew you. Go to Deuteronomy chapter 9 and verse 24. Read it for yourself. Delivered blessings and curses with no emotional cushioning. Go look at Deuteronomy 28. My concern is obedience to Torah, not emotional ease. That's not my job. It's not that I don't care about SRD. I do care. That's the whole reason I did that. Number 2, Samuel, chapter 15. He confronted King Saul for partial obedience. To obey is better than sacrifice. Saul's feelings were not spared. He tore the kingdom from him. My concern is Torah alignment, not royal dignity. Isaiah in 1 Kings chapter 18, he mocked the prophets of Baal publicly, called down fire to prove Yah's supremacy. My concern is purity of worship, not public approval. Jeremiah called the people adulterers and stiff-necked. She didn't like the fact that I said I called her Einstein. What's the difference? What's the difference? Adulterers and stiff-necked. The prophets, they wept over rebellion. They cared, but they wasn't called to ease the people's feelings. They wept over their rebellions, but they never softened the message. So my concern is for you to return to covenant, even if it means rejection. Prophets were not emotionalists, and neither are mine. But my emotions are submitted to the mission. The prophets wept, lamented, and groaned, but they never compromised the message to spare anybody's feelings, and that means yours. Their love was expressed through telling the truth, not appeasement. So in my role as a teacher, this is key. I do acknowledge feelings, but I will never prioritize your feelings over obedience. Let's get that straight. The prophetic voice is surgical. It cuts to heal, not to soothe. This is the prophetic mantle. It's heavy, but I keep it holy. Now, truth over feelings. The Most High never sent any of his prophets to soothe the people. He sent them to warn, rebuke, and restore, and call back to covenant. Every true prophet in Torah confronted error, even when it meant rejection, exile, or even death. Their loyalty was to Yah's word, not to public approval. I could care less what you think about me. I'm not here for what your opinion is of me. I'm here to give you a message that he gave to me and to help you understand what that message is. Take it or leave it. Isaiah was hated for his warnings. He was sawed in half, but he never softened the message. Go look at Jeremiah, and as a matter of fact, I got it right here. Let me just go. Ezekiel was told, whether they hear or refuse to hear, you speak my words. Ezekiel chapter 2, verse 7. Elijah confronted kings and false prophets without compromise. 1 Kings chapter 18. Let's look at Jeremiah chapter 20, verse 7 to 9. Jeremiah's complaint, and he actually believed that the Creator deceived him. You deceived me, O Creator, and I was deceived. You overpowered me and prevailed. I am ridiculed all day long. Everyone mocks me. We saw that yesterday. I cry out, proclaiming violence and destruction. So the word of the Creator has brought me insult and reproach all day long. This is what I deal with. Y'all are not sitting in this seat. Y'all don't see the messages come on my phone. I deal with this all day, yet I still show up to bring you the message. So he says, whenever I speak, I cry out, proclaiming violence and destruction. So the word of the Creator has brought me insult. People insult me because they don't like when I correct them. And reproach all day long. But if I say I will not mention his word or speak anymore in his name, his word is in my heart like a fire shut up in my bones. I am weary of holding it in. I cannot hold it in. These men were not cruel, but they were uncompromising. Their love was covenantal and sentimental. So for clarity, my assignment is not to manage people's emotions. It is to deliver the fire, and fire burns. If the people's feelings interfere with the message, then the message must cut deeper. Torah truth is surgical. It wounds to heal, and it exposes to restore. I'm not called to be liked. You don't have to like me. I'm called to be faithful, and that's my position, and I will not stand down.